Hey friends, welcome back to the Bountiful Bridge podcast. I'm Bridget Carey, writer, author, and marketing strategist. I help small business owners and marketers create smart, connection-driven strategies that actually move the needle. So today on this episode of Bountiful Bridge Business, we're diving into a topic that's not just timely, it's critical. As many of you are gearing up for planning season or just trying to keep momentum in a challenging economy, one thing must stay top of mind: connection. No matter the size of your business, whether you're a one-woman show or running a growing team, what's going to set you apart isn't just your pricing, your features, or your ad spend. It's how well you connect with your people. So today, we're going to unpack the connection checklist, 5 simple and free ways to build authentic customer relationships. And I'm going to share a personal story that sparked this whole idea. And trust me, it involves poignant examples, a Jimmy John's order gone wrong, and a beautiful reminder that connection doesn't always cost a thing. So let's get into it. We're entering a season where many businesses are looking at numbers: ROI, conversion rates, margins, and sales goals. And don't get me wrong, those are really important. But if you've noticed your results stalling, your marketing not quite landing, or you're losing momentum with your audience, it's probably not about your product. It's about the relationship. Big brands are feeling it too. Starbucks, for example, is currently writing little notes or smiley faces on customers' cups. It's not a new feature, not a new product. It's a tiny gesture that makes a big emotional impression. Today, we'll talk about how small businesses like yours can do the same. But first, I want to read you something I wrote recently that kicked all of this off. And before I get started, if you want to read along, I did post this both on Bountiful Bridge and on my business website, bridgetcareymarketing.com. So let's get started. For those in the corporate world, planning season for the next fiscal year is likely on the horizon or in the very near future. Not only will discussions center around budgets and ROIs, there will be a time to reflect on marketing campaign tactics and how they performed. This is a hard look at what is working and what isn't. These can be tough conversations and often can end with more questions on what didn't work and how to move forward. I have a simple answer for enterprise brands and smaller growing companies: connection. Yes, I know that brands are struggling with maintaining profitability because of increasing costs of production and tariffs, along with limited availability of resources. All of this is very real, and no one is denying the high stress impact on companies everywhere. These struggles are intense and high priority for all teams across your company. However, as marketers, if we are truly honing in on what we can do to make our specific brands successful, even stable sales are successful in this current economy, we have to focus on the connection. Connection to our brand in the eyes of the consumer. Consumers are being stretched thin with their spending. There is a much higher focus on needs versus wants in its most basic level. So, if you have a brand that can be considered a want versus a need, there is much work to be done. That is where connection is of utmost importance. Let's take a look at a brand or two that are doing well and figure out how you can maximize these tactics for your business planning. Starbucks. Have you been to Starbucks lately? If you have, more than likely you've received a smiley face or a cute little note handwritten on the side of your cup. No matter how busy your day, you take a moment to look at the side of your drink, if only to make sure that you've grabbed the right coffee. Lo and behold, if it is a little smiley face that has been placed on your cup, it triggers a positive response in your brain and thus a connection to Starbucks. See, Starbucks is likely dealing with very heavy profitability concerns with the tariffs on coffee, sugar, and other key components for their product. It is real and it is stressful. Yet, their marketing team knows their customers so well that they took it a step further to unexpectedly surprise and delight their customers every day and every time they make a purchase. So, what can you do to make the same impact with your clients or customers? And very simply, get to know them. Really get to know them. And then reach them in a way that they will not only pay attention, but respond. So, easy. Do you own a local coffee shop that fears steep sales declines due to the same profitability concerns? Or are you a lawn company owner that worries about your services being cut? These are valid concerns, and truth be told, they could happen. But that doesn't mean you stop talking to your clients. In fact, it is more important than ever to engage and connect with your customers. And as much as I would love to build a marketing strategy plan for each of your brands, I'm going to be honest. There are a few tactics, like what Starbucks is doing, that don't cost a penny, but will create a true connection with your customers. So, what do? Take the time to think about your customer's experience from beginning to end, even prior, and dive into what makes them say yes and what will keep them coming back. Now, the customer experience that I'm going to share with you is my own. And I know that I just said that there are tactics that don't cost money, but there are also experiences that are worth a loss sometimes. Allow me to explain. So, just this past Friday, I ordered 2 Jimmy John's sandwiches for my daughter and I. We didn't have time or budget to go for a long lunch celebration to celebrate her last day of high school. But we did have a quick half an hour to get her favorite sandwich delivered and chat about her day. I mean, it was exciting. But what went wrong? A completely wrong order was delivered. So frustrating, right? We had limited time and not enough food, nor the right sandwiches. So I quickly called the store, and the manager reassured me that more than likely the delivery driver would be back with the correct order. Now, let me pause to say that had he only been focused on profitability, he could have just left it at that. But he didn't. He then mentioned that he would completely remake the order and have it out to me in 15 minutes. I agreed because I honestly didn't think that the delivery driver would come back. I mean, have you ever been in a situation like this, or can you relate? Sure enough, within 10 minutes, the delivery driver came back and corrected the order. Within an additional 5 minutes, the store manager was standing at my door with freshly made sandwiches and extra goodies. He also said that the order was free. I objected and said that it wasn't necessary. He offered a very sincere apology and reconfirmed that he was happy to give me a refund and the extra sandwiches for the mishap. I was shocked. And again, he could have handled this in a few different ways, such as he could have ignored my complaint, let the driver correct the order, and just let it be. I mean, that's honestly what I expected. But instead, he went above and beyond. Why? Because the loss of $20 in sandwiches on that day will build a connection with me, the customer, and he will make that back tenfold when I continue to order from his Jimmy John's location. Connection is powerful. Even when production and profitability concerns are skyrocketing, Starbucks and Jimmy John's seem to be getting it right. So where does that leave you? As you go into planning for your marketing strategy this year, I want you to remember this. Connecting with your customers and clients is key. It's not always about the cost of something, but rather the connection of understanding. So what did you think of that reading? I mean, my biggest takeaway for all business, big or small, connections are key. If you don't trigger something within the potential customer, all is lost. The economy is rough, prices are soaring for consumers and for brands. Connection is the most relevant piece of this complicated puzzle. After this podcast, start paying closer attention to businesses around you, from your local sandwich shop to the grocery store to Starbucks. They want to succeed and they cannot do it without connection. So that's why I've created the connection checklist, 5 completely free ways you can start building deeper relationships with your customers. Number 1, I thoroughly enjoy this one, handwritten notes or personal messages. I mean, take a page from Starbucks. Leave a Post-it note in a package. Write thank you on the receipt. Little simple things. It sticks. Number 2, celebrate small wins publicly. Did you hit 100 orders, 1 year in business? Share that with your customers and let them know that they are part of the story. Number 3, respond to comments like a human. Don't use a script. Use your voice, your humor, your warmth. When people engage, meet them there. Number 4, surprise with value. Send a bonus, free product, add a resource. Give more than what was expected, and people will remember that. Number 5, share customer stories. Showcase them. Talk about their experience with your brand. Give them the spotlight. None of these things cost money, but all of them increase emotional equity. This is the type of marketing I help clients build every day through Bridget Carey Marketing. I specialize in strategy for small businesses who want their marketing to feel smart, doable, and authentic, not overwhelming. So if you're tired of throwing spaghetti at the wall or wondering why your efforts aren't translating into results, let's talk. I'll help you map out a marketing plan that's grounded in connection and gets real results. So you can head to bridgetcareymarketing.com. I'll link it, and let's chat. Book a call with me. It's totally free to get started, and it could change the way you do business. Before we wrap, and that's a pun intended, I want to give you one more example of a big brand doing connection right. Chipotle. Their latest campaign centers around letting customers fully build their own burrito or bowl, not just in store, but digitally. They're highlighting the customization as a personal connection tool. But more than that, they're showcasing real customers and their unique orders as part of their marketing. This isn't about choice, it's about identity. When a customer sees themselves in the brand, they feel emotionally invested. and that's gold. So whether you're selling burritos or bookkeeping, the same principle applies. Make your customers feel seen. So let me leave you with this episode's mantras. You get two. Stop chasing perfection. Start creating connection. Your brand doesn't need a rebrand. It needs to reach people more honestly. If you're ready to do that, if you want help turning this connection checklist into strategy, reach out. You can visit bridgetcareymarketing.com to book a free call. And you can follow me on Instagram, Bridget Carey Marketing. I hope you do both. And also, please share this episode with another business owner who needs this reminder. It may be very helpful to the success of their business. Until next time, pause, connect, and keep moving forward with purpose. I hope you check in regularly. I have been working very hard over the last several months on some really exciting things that I'm getting ready to share with you, and I can't wait. And that will be happening very soon. So stay connected, move forward with purpose. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for joining me.